All right, we're here with Ira, who just won the OTS Championship in Raleigh, North Carolina at Underworld Cards and Games, playing Tenpai.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and get into the profile.
Absolutely. Hope everybody's doing well. So as you said, I was playing Tenpai. Stick till the end of the video. Believe it or not, I actually have a combo at the end of it. Just playing a bit of Spice in the deck, and it went X1 in Swiss, and then of course one out in Top Cut. So to start with the Tenpai part, of course, I'm still on 3, 3, 2, and 2. I've been seeing a lot of profiles test either only one green or one yellow, or just actually one and one in the same profile. I personally really like this ratio. I did go into multiple grind games, especially against the Ubel deck, because that game, of all the meta decks right now, that one's the most likely. So for me, I would not cut any of this, especially for reasons that I'll get into a little later on. And I was still on the one Dora. I was like, it's another starter, it's a good card. I don't see much reason to not just play it at one. And then the hand trap lineup, I was playing the 1 Magnemite, 3 Shifter in the main, and 3 Molcharmy in the main. I will admit, the Shifter was absolutely MVP today. If anyone who's really ever talked to me at all or seen any other sort of videos, I'm a pretty big detractor of this card, specifically in this deck. But I was talking with some friends yesterday, and they were like, it's just a move. You just have to main it right now. It just kind of is what it is. And they were right. So, not too much else to say besides that. Briefly though, this is the reason why I'm still doubling up. Because there's a lot of times in my combo I just have to use some of those others to just make the spheres board, essentially. And I'd rather not run out of them entirely. And that's actually all for the main deck monsters. I suppose technically this also in the hand trap lineup, of course, still just an insane 6 card. You know, there's nothing new to be said about Imperm. And then still on the 3 field spell plus terraforming, no reason not to until they ban it or limit it. 3 Hyman, and then of course the 3 Pot of Tenpai. Again, not much to say. Gonna play this till they don't allow us to, which I think is gonna be very soon. And then for the breaker part of the deck, I'm still on the 3 Eclipse, 1 Duster, 2 Lightning Storm, and 3 Regeki. This is still great. It's very good when I go first, but to be honest, the main MVP today was absolutely Regeki. It just put in work the entire day. Of course, there's not a reason it wouldn't. But it's another card that I never really was super big on maining because, again, it doesn't do a lot when you go first. But I was finding if they don't end the game when you pass it back to them on your spheres board, well, now it's just as live as if you were going second. So I actually never sided this card out, kind of regardless of what I thought I was going to go. The only breaker I ever sided out, if I was pretty confident I'd be going first, was one or both of these. And that's the main deck, clean 40. I will then jump into the extra deck. And so for this, the only links I was playing were these. And honestly, it was enough. I found when I was playing the larger link package, I was just using it for prosperity. And whenever someone de-barriers, honestly, I would prefer just to go wide. And just kind of have each of the Tenpai bodies out as opposed to trying to do the Princess OTK. And then still on to Bident, to Transcendent. Nothing to say there, they're just great. Of course, the Ask Your Friend Dragon, still good. Nothing too much else to say there. Was playing each of the Rose Dragons. This is not what I'll be showing in this video, but I had made, there's sometimes where you could actually end on seals and this and then shifter at the end of the combo, because this card actually can protect against Dark Hole and Regeki. So I was like, that's not terrible, but it just doesn't really come up. And honestly, if you have the shifter, normally just the basic seal shifter is enough, as opposed to doing all the fancy stuff with this. This never, I actually didn't summon these, but you know, good utility. And then the classic utility dragons and honorary dragon. Again, nothing too much to say. They're just really good. This card's insane. Every time I play it, I just am kind of blown away just how good this card has been. And it's not easy for decks to out, because even when they do, sometimes its floating effect will actually then sometimes bait and negate, because they just can't let it come back. So, big fan of this. And then the last two cards, I have been starting to see some people play this, the Don Dragster. Basically, anytime you see red and white in hand, you can basically make this plus seals. And that insulates you a little bit better in the mirror, and just also in general allows you to kind of have an out for tactics, stuff like that. And then the last thing that I was playing was one Babushka, which I can show at the end of the combo, rather end of the profile. It did actually come up. I summoned it in top 8. It was game 1. I played him in Swiss. He knew what I was playing. He won the die roll, made me go first, and summoned that. He was like, well, was not ready for that because it was this and seals. So show that at the end of the video, and then kind of can zoom through the side deck here. It was 2 Nib, 2 Ash, 3 Dogwood. This was only in here because I was not sure if there was going to be any gimmick puppet at this tournament. Theoretically, I also had it in there for Ritual Beast, but I thankfully dodged that deck. I didn't love siding 2 Ash. I actually took the Ash out to make room for the Regekis in main, but it was just the right choice. It actually did come up. I liked it at 2 for this profile in this format. And then 3 Droplet and 2 Cosmic. This was for any matchup that was like Calamity. I was just trying to see the maximum amount of ways so I can just play the game. And then any match that Shifter wasn't good in, this was an easy swap out. And then Cosmic's just insane right now. Trades with Desiree. It just does everything you'd want it to do. It's good in the mirror. And then lastly, I had the 1 Rivalry and 2 D-Barrier. And that's just for when I think I might be going first. Is the main thing. Also, of course, when I just elect to go first, these are also just good in a fair bit of matchups. Don't think I would change this at the moment, but we'll see. And then to real quickly sort of show the Babushka combo. Basically, it's the way I kind of describe it is essentially it's like the Kashtira 3-card combo is essentially kind of how it works. You don't see it often, but when you do, you might as well go for it. You need to see white, red, field spell. If you have, there's some other combinations, but essentially this is the main one. And so you would lead field spell. You do field spell effect. You grab green, discarding, I can do it upside down, I suppose. Discarding white dragon. Then you normal green, targeting the white, you summon white. You grab a Kaiman, and then you do effect here, you summon red, so now you have 1 of each. And then you play the Kaiman, adding yellow to hand. You do effect in hand, make it a level 4 tuner. And then you take the 2 3s, you make seals, and then you overlay for Babushka. And then they have to deal with that. And so what happened in top 8, he had the imperm, he had to use it on this. And then on my turn, it was still live, and I just put in an attack when I was ready to. And it was just way too much with everything else. So I've been enjoying this deck. I'm not sure how many other people are enjoying this deck, but for as long as Konami has it legal at full power, I'll be playing it.
All right.
And
How many in the main deck?
So 40 main.
40 main. Shoutouts.
And then as far as of course, this shop here, Underworld Cards and Games, real smooth tournament, bunch of judges, kind of had a regional feel, to be honest. Of course, our home shop where we do all our testing, Picante. Shout out to Memento Mori mats. I don't have any affiliation with him at all. I've just really been liking his products. That's the mat I used for the tournament. Of course, a shout out Team Sleepy Time. And you know, we're out here, and we'll see you around.
Let me see the mat. The friends mat. Okay.
The name here.
Very nice.
Yep, he's brand new. He just started making mats. I just saw him, decided to pick it up. I have like 4 or 5 of his mats now. Really been liking his stuff a lot.
All right.
Yep.
Well, we will see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you.